So I hope you can see my screen now. So let's go to the browser. So if you take a look at this, this is the website here. And here currently Sia, can you please mute your mic? Is it Sia or who? Okay. So this is the website here. And if you take a look at this, we have different areas of the website. And here are the courses. We have added two more courses, which is become a full stack Python developer and a website development course. So if you go to all courses here, when you go to all courses, you will see the list of courses, but we're looking for graphic design with Python. Then we click on Start Course. So now, if you take a look at this, now I am not enrolled into the course. That is why you're getting this message. That means you need to enroll. And here I'm not logging here. So if I'm logging, then it will ask me to take this course. And this is the course description. Um, so what some of you guys were doing without logging to the platform and also taking the course, you directly go to the content area. You can easily click on expand this. And under the content area, this is the live class, but you will not have access until you're logged in and also enroll for the course. So you can see the introduction to Canva and also the assignment here. So now what I will do now, I will now log in here. I'll click on login. Then now I will now register my account. Um, but here I want to do the registration process from start. I go to my account and click on register so that I can start the process from scratch. So on the registration, I can type my name here, Khalifa, and my phone number. I'll type 774225004. And the email is optional, but if you think you need an email, you can easily add an email. And what I will do now, I will sign up with an OTP. But if you want to use your password, it's fine. You can easily sign up with your password. But I would rather sign up with an OTP. With that, I don't have to remember my password. So I will say sign up with an OTP. Then I should receive, oh, sorry, the number is incorrect. I will sign up with an OTP. I should receive a 6-digit code in my phone. Let me put on my camera. So now, if you hear the sound, that's the sound of the message that I receive. Now, let me go to the message. If you take a look at the message, this is what I'm going to type now into the verification. So the verification code here is 640124. So this is a 6-digit code. Then now this will now help me to create an account without um, having the time to go through writing down your password, your email address, and so on. So this is very easy. So now all I need to do now, I'll go back to Canva. After my registration, now I have been logged into the system. Now I'll go back to Canva. Then I'll click on take this course. So even though if you've logged into the platform, but you have a message here, you are not enrolled for this course. Enroll in this course. So you need to enroll yourself into the course by clicking on take this course. So now I have taken this course. I am now enrolled into this course. If you take a look at this message, you are now enrolled in this course. So now I have the privilege to go to the course content. And for me to go through the course content, if I want to join the live class, I go here. And now I can easily click on this link. That will take me to the live session which we're doing currently. And what you will do in the start, you need to click on mark course complete. So you need to mark this as complete. So when you mark this as complete, you will see this is your progress to the course. So you have received 25% out of 100% of the total course. So now I have marked live session complete. Then now I can progress to the next session, which is the introduction to Canva. So when you click on the introduction to Canva, this is where you see the video. So a lot of people were asking, oh, this, that, that, but this is really as easy as this. I think all of these steps I'm explaining currently, I had them sent in the WhatsApp group. But note that this video, you need to watch the video on the platform, not outside of the platform. Because the video is timed for 1 hour, 15 minutes. So at least you need to spend at least 1 hour, 15 minutes on this course before you can progress to the assignment area. And the video, part of this video, I develop a flyer. You need to go through that flyer and develop yours. And after you've developed your own flyer, you need to download that as a PDF, either as a PDF, a JPEG, um, or PNG. Then after you download that, you need to go back to the platform. You mark this as complete, but currently you will not be able to mark this as complete until you spend 1 hour, 15 minutes on this course before you can mark complete. Then after that, you can now progress to assignments. And when you progress to assignment, there is where you can easily submit the flyer that you have developed for this specific area. So some of you guys were skipping the introduction and going to the assignment area. You will not have access to the assignment. You will not be able to submit your assignment until you spend the 1 hour, 1 hour 15 minutes of the course, the video tutorial here. And mind you, for us to certify you at the end of the course and receive other valuable resources from us, you need to go through all of the video, the training requirements. That means you need to watch all of our videos or maybe attend the live classes. So, guys, this is the everything about the platform. It is very easy. Just follow the instructions, then you're good to go. So if you have any questions, you can ask. If not, then we go to um, our course platform, which is Canva. So I will give you 2 minutes to ask questions. Okay. Sia, do you understand the explanation and everything? You can easily say no or yes. If no, please explain why. You can either unmute your mic or comment, Sia, please. Sia, are you okay?
Yes, yes, I'm okay. I'm okay.
Okay. So that means we can move forward. A minute, let me respond to guys from the WhatsApp group. So if you're okay, then I think the platform is well explained now. We can now move to our app, which is Canva. Please log into Canva or open your app. Sia, you raise a hand. Do you have a question?
So I have a question. You just said that we should log into Canva. So are we going to close this?
I think one of the recommendation I will make is it is good that you have two devices, which will really help you watch the video and also or the live session, and whilst you use one of the device for your practical. But if you want to follow up with the live session, then after the live session, then you want to go through the video again and do the application yourself. That's up to you. But my advice is you have um one of the device, either a phone or a PC or a desktop. You'll be watching on one of the devices, and whilst you use the other for your practical.
All right. The
Okay.
only problem is that I only have one device with me guys now.
Okay, then you can follow up with the class. Then later on, you can do the application.
All right, all right.
Yeah. So then I think we're good to go. So let me open Canva. You go to Canva, you type Canva. So this is the homepage of Canva. So here, I think I've already explained all of the areas in the past video, the last session, and wherein we went through what templates are and a project, and also how to manage your account. So today again, we're gonna work on. So if you take a look at this, this was a Saturday flyer, and this is the video flyer that I developed throughout the video. So today again, we're going to develop another basic flyer. So we're going to take our idea from a template. So let's go through templates. So on the template, maybe do we have anyone that want to give us an idea of the type of flyer that we can develop today? Can someone give us an idea on the type of flyer that we can develop? Sia, I saw you raise your hand. Do you have a
Yes, I raised my hand.
okay? Do you have an
Yes,
idea?
I have an idea.
Okay,
Yes, I was thinking about let's do something relating to Valentine, like that.
something
Something like
related.
that.
Okay, something related to Valentine. That's a good one. It's a lovers month, so anyway, we'll pay respect to
Yeah.
that. Okay, so what is unique about Canva is either you are a pro developer or you are a learner, and you having challenges coming up with your designs. You can go through the thousands of templates that you can learn from pre-designed templates. So you can easily edit any of the templates that is free, and or maybe look at a specific template and develop your template from there. So that is up to you. And I believe even the best designers sometimes have to do research and look at other designers and learn from their own designs so that they can come up with their own design. So that's not something that is really bad. I can say it's one of the best practices. So let's take a look at how can we search for templates in Canva. So if you go here and search thousands of templates, and inside here you can say Valentine. Is it gonna be Valentine card? Valentine what? What type of Valentine? Valentine Day, Valentine Day animation social media, Valentine's Day Canva print. Let's just say Valentine. And note that when you're doing your search, two things will pop up. You have projects and you have templates. So make sure template is selected so that you can go through the templates. Project, these are already your own designs. You'll find them on the project. So if you're looking for a specific design under your project, then you can select on project, then you can search for that specific design. But for here, we're looking for templates. So you select on templates and we search for Valentine. So on the Valentine, we have a couple of Valentine cards, Valentine messages. So there is a lot here that we can use on the Valentine. So these are some of the good Valentine cards or Happy Valentine's Day. So what I normally do, we go through all of these templates, then we select one of the template that we can use for the training today. Is that okay? So my ask is, if you see any of the template you think we can work with, whilst I'm scrolling up and down, just say stop, then point me that template, or mute yourself and point me that template. Then we can steer the template for safekeeping. So I will start. If you see any templates, do let me know. Just say stop, then I will stop.
We just want you to look at the one that you prefer so you can follow that steps.
Okay. So what I will do here is we take a look at one of the templates. We just remodify it to our own specific liking. Let me go through the templates and see if I can find anyone that we can easily modify.
Yeah.
So I will easily select this. I will first tier this. Then I will also steer. I will also steer this
Right.
and also this. So now if I go home and go to projects, and on the projects, I scroll down and go to steered. So this is the list of steered projects. I think we only steered one. So but anyway, we click on this. So we say use this template. So now let's try and modify this. So as a developer or as a graphic designer, you always need to know that you're not so good enough. You need to do your research and come up with a better information, a better way to present your information. So, so what sometimes for me, what I do now, this is a very good Valentine message, say special offer. But if you take a look at this is more of a sales um, flyer. So, but we don't want to use a sale flyer. We want to use a message that we can send to our loved ones. So, what we can do, you can easily go to Google. There is no shame about this. Sometimes you need to find an idea of what you really want to present. So, let's say, for example, you can go to Google and type um, Valentine message parents. I don't want to say loved ones. Valentine message for parents. So you see a couple of Valentine messages and you'll see a couple of designs that you can also learn from. So so here I can take a look at different quotes and you have here 100 Valentine Day message for family. I can click on that. So now we have a couple of Valentine messages that can you can easily copy or maybe modify and you can easily use. So happy Valentine Day to my amazing family and friends. Spending my life with you all is the biggest blessing. So if you take a look at this is a Valentine idea. Happy Valentine Day to my precious family. So let's just copy this first one. So now we go back to a design. Then we want to insert this message. So this is one unique part of Canva. So now we can use this and modify our message to how we want it to be. So I will delete this. I don't need this. I can easily, I'm sorry. Let me just copy this. So I can easily delete this. I don't need it. And let's say, okay, let me keep this. So now I can edit this or let me insert a body. Go to text and on the text you insert a text body and you can move the text body here and now you can paste the text you copy from Google and paste that here. Then now you have a Valentine message. So I can move this a little bit to the top. Then here, maybe you can add other informations here. Maybe you can say, let's take another idea here. Happy Valentine's Day to my family. So we can go back to this and say, Happy Valentine's Day. You can say to my family. So I can easily delete this. I don't need it. Then I can move this down here and maybe reduce the size. Reduce the size to maybe 25 and reduce. So now I can place this over here. Abdul, you raise a hand. If you have a question, you can unmute your mic and ask. So now we've really got rid of the whole text and now we've placed in our own text. Abdul, if you have a question, please unmute your mic and ask. So now this is the happy
Yes,
Valentine's Day
yes.
to my family.
Hello,
Yes.
Mr. Khalifa. This is not a direct question, but it's just a concern.
Okay.
Mr. Samuel needs to move this video. The camera needs to go up.
Okay, Mr. Samuel, can you please switch off your camera so that we can all focus on the training? Okay, thank you very much.
Okay.
Yeah.
Bye.
So now you can place this wherever, and you can go maybe look for an image that you can add here. You can go to photos, and on the photos, you can say maybe family Valentine. Let's see if there is any family Valentine photo. So you see, we have a couple of photos that we can use. Even though some of them are premium, that means you need to pay. But I believe there are others that are free. So we can use, let's take a look. Most of them are paid. So this is another very good image that you can easily insert within your design. So but I believe you have the concept on how you can come up with a better design. So if you don't have an image that you can use here freely, you can easily go to Google again and search for a family photo image. So which you can download, and let's say a family Valentine image. So if you go to a family photo Valentine image or pictures, then you can see a couple of photos that you can easily use for your design. So this is just an example, but this is basic. We want to do much more into our class today. So we're going to develop a flyer from scratch. So, Sia, I think we've already exhausted your part. If you have any questions, do let me know. If not, this is how you can come up with a better design for your Valentine wish, either for family, for friends, and so. Do we have any questions in this concerning the flyer? So all you need to do now is go to now shared, and when you go to shared, you can see download, click on download, and click here download, and the flyer will be downloaded into your PC or your phone. Then you can easily share on WhatsApp, Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, and anywhere. So this is how you can develop a Valentine flyer. So let's go back and look at a better flyer that we can develop for this course. So what do you think about this flyer? What do you think about this flyer? Or maybe we take a look at this. Okay, so what I would suggest is we develop a flyer. This flyer for today. Is that okay? Just say yes or no in the comment section. Let me just follow up. We want to take a look at this flyer and develop this from scratch. Do say yes or no in the comments. I'll give you 1 minute for that. Samuel, yes. Michael, yes. Mr. Abdul, Sia, do you agree with the others to continue? Sia and Abdul, can you
Let's continue.
please comment?
Yeah, let's continue.
Okay. So then we continue with the flyer. So today we're going to develop this flyer. So we can easily click on use this flyer. We can easily click on use this flyer here. And that will give us the opportunity to either edit the flyer, but we really don't want to edit the flyer. We want to develop the flyer from scratch. That means starting from nowhere to somewhere. So now this is the flyer that we're going to develop for today's training. And I believe that's going to take us another 1 hour plus, depending on your speeds, on your speed. So if you have any questions, do stop me and ask questions. That will be helpful. So this is the flyer that we're gonna develop for today. So one thing we need to know is that the size, we need to also know the size of the flyer. The size of this flyer is 210 by 297. Because if you don't know the size of the flyer, you want to develop a similar flyer, then if you use a lesser size, then you will not have almost the same design. So you need to come up with the same size as this flyer. So how can we do that? We go back to home, and under home we go to create, and under create we what we do, we customize size. We click on customize size. But we already know the size of this flyer. The size is 210, the width is 210, and the height is 297. The height is 297. But mind you, this is not in pixels. This is in millimeter. So you need to take note of that. There is difference between a pixel, the in, and all that, the inches, and also the millimeter and centimeter. So you need to take note of that. So this is in millimeter, and we change this from pixels to millimeter. So this is 210 and 297. So this is the size of this flyer. So now we click on create. This will now open in a new tab. So now, if you take a look at this, the first thing we need to do, we need to rename this flyer. So how can we name this flyer? What name can we give this flyer? Let's call it organic farm product. Is that okay? Organic farm product. So let's name this. We need to rename the flyer. Um, Organic farm product. So you click out. So as usual, I have to also take note that I know most of you guys are using your phone for the development. So if you are a phone user, this is what you do. You go to your phone, you click on the plus button, And under the plus button, click on custom size. Under custom size, now you can type the size of the font, sorry, the width and the height, but you need to change, click on pixels, you need to change it to millimeter. And when you change it to millimeter, then you need to enter now the size, which is 210 by 295. The height is 295. Then you say okay. Then you can easily close this. And after you've opened your, then now you can click on create. Sorry, you can click on create. So after you've clicked on create, when you're in the editing field, when you're in the editing field here, the empty canvas, when you are in the canvas, for you to rename, the flyer, you click on the three dots, click on the pen. The three dots, you will find the three dots at the top of your screen. If you're a phone user, click on the pen, then now you can type the name of the flyer. Then after you type the name of the flyer and say enter or okay. So now let's go back to our PC. So now this is what you'll do. You need to first take a look at where we're getting the idea from. The flyer is divided into three different areas. So this is the first area. Here, here is the first area, and this is the second area, and this is the third area. So these three different areas, we need to now divide our flyer into the three different areas. How can we do this? You go to files. I think this is only for PC users. I don't think if it is available for phone users. I don't know. So if you go to files and go to view settings, you can click on show ruler guide. So if you've used Word before, you know that we have what they call rulers to guide you to the different areas in the page so that you can align your design well. So we have insert the ruler. This is the ruler, and you can see the ruler here, and you can see the ruler both vertical and horizontal. So let's go back to files. You go to view settings and show margin. So this is the margin. For those of us that have gone through school, if you have a book, a notebook, you will see a margin, a red margin at the at the left hand corner. So this is something similar. You can insert a margin so that you can do your design within the margin. But we really don't want to use the margin for this. I just want to show you this. Maybe if you need a margin. And you can also use show prints blade. Showing prints bleed mostly after doing your design, after they have printed your design, some of the areas will be cut off. So this is the area that will show the print bleed, so that if they want to cut off some areas of the design, this is where they can easily cut. But we can show the print bleed, but let's remove the margin. For phone users, I don't think if this feature is available for phone. Let me take a look. If it is, then you can go to click on the three dots, click on the three dots for phone users at the top right hand corner, the three dots, and click on view settings. Okay, now it is available now for phones. Before it was not available for phone, but now it is. So you can show margin and you can show um, print bleed, and you can also show grid. You can show the grid. So I think the feature is now available for phone users. Before it was not, but now it is available. So now let's start our design. Hold on this ruler for phone users, for PC users. Hold on this ruler. Go with your cursor to this ruler here. Click and drag the ruler here. So I want to divide this design. So this is one, and I'll go back here. I'll hold, click and drag and move this ruler here so that I can divide my design and know how to categorize my design. And also I'll click here, click and drag, and I will also want to divide this design so that I will know this is the center of the design, and now I have divided my design into three different categories or three different areas. So if you want to remove this or you want to move it around, just go to the line or the margin, click on it, then you can easily move it around. So let's go now to the design. The first phase of this design is to insert a picture here. So for us to insert a picture, there are different ways that we can do that. So one way is go directly to upload, and under upload you can either search for your photo library if there is any picture there that you want to use. But in this case, you can go to um, upload. If you have a photo in your PC, then search for the photo and say insert upload. But for this case, I think I want to use one of the photos from my library. Well, I will easily insert this. So if I want to use this photo in my design, I can easily click and this will now be added here. But this is where the things get interesting. So if you try to um, enlarge or reduce the size of this photo, it will really not work well within the design. So there is a couple of things you can do. You can go to element, and under element you go to frames. You go to frames. So I think this frame will work well for us. So now I can easily click on this frame, and the frame has now been added here. I can now enlarge this frame. So now I can place the frame here Then now all I need to do is go now to photos. If I'm going too fast, please do stop me, and if you have any questions, do let me know. And maybe I would like to insert this food because maybe we don't have any photo that we can use. So we can insert this food since we're talking about farming. Then we insert this food. And what we also need is a text over here. And for us to do that, we need to go to elements. For phone users, for you to insert a frame is easy. I think we went through that deeply in the past class. So click on the plus button and go to elements. And under elements, scroll, you will see frames. So when you see frames, click on see all frames. Then click on the type of frame that you want to use and click on that. That will be added into your design canvas. So now we go back to elements and say, let's take a look at this. So now let's say we insert this. How do we call this box? Is it a rectangle, a right angle? I don't know. So we open up this box. So now we place the box this way, but I really want to see some rounded circle within at the edges of the box. So for you to do that, click on the box and click on this style, and on the style you will see border width. That is not what we're looking for. Corner roundness. So now if I click on the corner roundness, please pay attention to these corners, these four corners, and see what really will happen. So if I click on this corner roundness, you see this is what will happen. So this is what a corner roundness is. So I think I'll go with 25. I will go with 25 so that I can have very good rounded shapes. So now this is what we continue to do. Now we cannot see at the back of the image. We need the image to be transparent. We need the image to be transparent and also the image at the back to be transparent. For us to do that, we click on the shape and click on color, and we don't need to remove the color totally. That will totally remove everything, but we need a much more lighter color. So we can use D9. D9 is too thick. So now we can, okay, let's use D9. We use a lighter color. Then from there, we can now go to click on the three dots here and click on this transparency and reduce the transparency. So maybe we can reduce the transparency to 70. I think that is much more better, similar to this. But I think I'll prefer changing this color to black. That will give us a very good view. So we go to the transparency now and remove the transparency to 50. We reduce the transparency to 50. So now what can we do next? We need to insert this text. this text here. For us to do that, you go to your design again and go to text. And what type of text can we add here? Let's add a heading text. So we add a heading text and we type the text in there and reduce the size of the text. So now we reduce this. We change the text color to white and we move this text up here. We continue to reduce the size of the text. I think we can have what type of text can we use here? Let's go to text font. For phone users, don't worry, I've not forgotten about you. Let's search for Montserrat. Um, Mont. So we look for Montserrat Black Classic and we reduce this here. Then we align to the right. So we align this to the right. Maybe reduce this to 3 and we increase the size to maybe 20, maybe 20, and we place this here. So now another thing that we can insert is this text. So this is a text body. So we click on go to text. Let me go through the for the phone users. For the phone users, if you want to insert this box here, click on the plus button and go to elements and go to lines and shapes for phone users. Click on the shape that you want to insert into your design and try to place the shape in the area that you want to place the design and click on style. Click on style and go to round corner roundness and maybe make the corner roundness to 25 and say okay. So go to color and change the color to black for phone users. And after that, if you've changed the color to black, scroll to the right, you will see transparency. Click on transparency, reduce the transparency to 50. So for phone users, this is what you do. So now let's go back to a design and now we insert this text, a body text, and go here and say body text. And here we type the body text and we align this to the right and to the left, sorry. We reduce this and we also reduce the size. So maybe to 12 or 14. So we try to place this to align here and from there we go back to a design. This is the logo. We don't want to go through, we don't have, if you have a logo, you can easily insert your logo. But if you don't have a logo, then that's fine. Let me just use this logo here. But if you have a logo and a business name, you can easily insert your logo and your business name here. But for me, I would rather use my logo and business name over here. Then maybe I can insert my logo here, and also depending on the type of logo and the business name you have. So my logo and business name will be over here. So that will give me more space here to go to this and manage this, and maybe increase this the size to 25 and open this up, and also move this down so that you have more space down here. So now I think we've done the first category of this design. This is the first category. Let's go now to the second category. Get to know how we work. So this is very easy here. It is very easy. You go back to your design, and you don't we can insert a color, a background color for this flyer. So we can easily click anywhere outside of this design and click here and go to color. And what type of color can we use here that can match with this? Maybe this. Oh, that's too alarming. Maybe this. No, no, no. Maybe this. Or maybe this. So depending, you can come up with your better design. I know you're a very good designer, so I know you'll come up with a better color. You know more colors than me, so don't worry about that. But just follow the steps. So now I can click on this, get to know how we work. And now all I need to do and go back to text on the element, I'm sorry, on the text, I insert a heading text and type the text here. So this text, if you take a look at this text is in an uppercase, but our own text is now in a lowercase. So what can you do? It's very easy and simple. We reduce the size of the text first. So let's go to the three dots, click on the three dots, and you will see capital A, small a. And click on that, then that will change the whole text into uppercase. So now you can place your text. So now we now have our text here. And let's go back, and for phone users, if you want to move a text to an uppercase, after you've added the text, you go to text and add the heading text. Then if you want to change that to an uppercase, you don't want to type again, then all you need to do is to click on the elements and click on format. And on the format, you will see format with capital B. Click on format, and under format, you can click on the A, small a. Click on that, and that will change your text into uppercase. I hope that is clear. So now let's go. We need a straight line. That is very easy or simple. We go back to elements. On the element, we go to lines and shapes. On the lines and shapes, click on straight line. this. I don't know if they call it straight line, but I believe it is called straight line. We click on that, but for me, I need a much more uh, fancy looking straight line like this. I'll click this. So now you can move this here just below. Guys, we've taken 1 hour. So if you have any questions, do let me know. Oh, Mr. Samuel, sorry, you've already left the class. Sorry, I did not really follow up on this, but the size of the flyer, I think it was very clear. I don't know, but I believe the size of the flyer is 210 by 297. So, guys, if you have any questions, do let me know. If not, let's move forward. Yeah, Mr. Michael, you raise a hand. Can you please ask? Unmute yourself.
Yeah, how to insert ruler when using your phone?
Okay. How to insert a ruler when using your phone. You click on the three dots at the top of the screen where you see the Queen's crown. Click on the three dots. Then you go to View Settings. Under View Settings, then you can see Show Thumbnails, Show Grid. Okay, there is no ruler for phones. You can only show margin and show print bleed, but there is no ruler for phone. I'm sure that is clear. Okay. So move forward to a design, the second phase of a design. We've already spent 1 hour, so I hope we can complete within the next 1 hour or less. So now let's go back to a design. So this is our design. So we have already insert the text, the straight line, and now let's insert this text here. And we go here, we say we go to text, and on the text we need to insert text body, and there now we can insert the text that we want, and we can reduce the size of this text. We can reduce the size of this text to 16 and also reduce here, and we need to align this text. How can we align them? We align the text to the right and to the left, sorry. We align this to the left, and we continue to reduce the size to 14, then we increase here. So now we have our text here. And now we need to work on this area. This is very easy to do. All we need to do is to develop the first one. Then I'll show you how you can come up with this design using a duplicate function. So all you need to do is to develop the first design here, then you don't need to redo everything from scratch. So let's do this in a minute. So before we do this, we need to insert a text here, an image. So we first, let's go ahead and do this design down here. And we need to go to elements. Sorry. We need to go to elements. On the elements, we go to shapes, and on the shapes, we lines and shapes, then we select this shape. And we move this shape down here. We reduce this, we work on the width and the height. And here, this is where we're gonna input our contact address. So let's have this here. And what else? So let's insert an image here. So what can we use this time? Sorry. So we go back to elements, and on the elements we can easily click on frames. But if we don't want to use a frame, if you have your own images, then you can easily insert them here. But maybe you can use this. So I will use this image. So now this is our image for here. Then now we need to work on this area. To work on this area is very easy. The first thing is, let me zoom in so that we can see this design very clearly. And this is how the design is. For us here, let's change the background of this. So now there is something working out here. If you take a look at this design, the background color for this is different from this. So we can change this background color to white and change it to something else so that we can have this white background working here fine. So how can we do this? Let's go back to a design. Now we want this box here to have a white background whilst here have a different background. So what can we do for this is we go to elements, you look for lines and shapes, and on the lines and shapes click on this. So we place this here. We try to make sure this match up very well here, and we change the color to white, and we go to the three dots and go to position and send this to back. So now our design now, our texts are now in front of the design of the box, sorry. So now this is how we can have this white box here. And we can do something similar here. Let's go. We can either keep this color or maybe we change the color. But for me, I would rather use another shapes and line. So I'll go again and insert another shape, and under the shape we click here and open this and increase the height and change this color to maybe, I don't know. So maybe we change that color. We use that color, and what else? So now we start to work on this design here. So the first thing is to come up with a circle. For us to come up with a circle, you go to elements and click on lines and shapes, see all, and click on the circle and reduce the circle. Yeah, so I'm satisfied with this. Okay, I'm satisfied with this width. Then I'll go back to text and add the heading text and delete all of this and type 1. And now move this into the circle, reduce the size so that it can match the circle, it can fit into the circle, and make this bold, make this bold, and maybe change the font that is bold. No, that is too bold.
Sorry, Mr. Khalifa, I sent a message, but you didn't say anything.
What?
Drop a message, but you didn't respond to my message.
Oh, sorry. I am the office since this morning, but it's time to go home now, and I have. Okay, Mr. Abdul, no worries. You have a pre-recorded videos that you can go through, and after that, you need to develop this flyer and submit as an assignment. And do please go through
Okay,
the do please go through the old video, and you have another assignment. So in total, there are two assignments for you to submit.
I will try to do that.
Okay, thank you
Thanks so
very
much.
much. Okay. So guys, let's continue with the development. So now we change this color to white and maybe place this at the center, and maybe I'll continue to reduce the size to 25. Then you need to make sure this is well placed at the center of your design. So now we have this. So all you need to do is to now click on one and hold the shift and click on the circle. So we click on the, okay, let me first click on the circle, hold the shift and click on one. Now this will now select both of them together. And now you need to go to more and click on group. So now if you want to move this around, you can easily move it around. So for phone users, this is what you do. I think I explained this in the previous session. So you need to first select the the circle, scroll to the right, click on more, And under more, click on select multiple. Then when you click on select multiple, then you will see one selected. Then now you go to one, click on one, then you will see two, and the two now will show in red. Two will show in a red background, then you will see two. That means two of the element has been selected. And now you need to click on search, look for group. You will see group just after select multiple, you see group, click on group. Then that will group now the elements. Now it's good for you, it's okay for you to move the element around. So that is very easy both for phone users and PC. So now for us to do this design here, this specific design, for us to do that, we need to go to elements, and under elements we can insert either this or this. Any of these elements can work fine. But this time I haven't used this several times, so I will use this. I'll change this color to white. Someone has me on mute. If you have a question, do ask. So I will now arrange this. I'll move this here. Then I can move this here. So what I will do now, I'll need to send this at the back of the design so that we can have the circle and the one at the top of this design. So how can we do that? We click on the circle. I'm sorry. We can either click on the circle and move forward, but we want to click on this and click on more and say position and say backward. So now this will send the design backward. So now I need to arrange this. So the next thing I need to do is to insert a text. This text is a heading text. I will go to text. I will now go to text and add the heading text, and I will type my text in there. But the heading text is in uppercase. So now I will need to change this to an uppercase letter. So I click on more and go to uppercase. I need to reduce the size of this to 14. I'll change this to Montserrat Classic. Now I'll move this text here. And now I will go back and I need to insert a body text. I'll go back to text and say body text and paste the text here and align this to the left. And I need to reduce the size. I need to reduce the size to maybe 10. Then I need to rearrange this. So now we have one example of the design. So this is it. So we really don't need to do this from scratch. All we need to do is to click on this, click on the elements, click on the text, the heading text, and click on the body text, holding shift. You click on this circle, then you hold on shift, you click on this, you click on the text, the heading text, and click on the body text. And now you go to groups, then you say group. So you can easily move this around. So this is very easy. So what you need to do now, you need to now click on duplicate. Duplicate, and also I think we have up to, okay, 4. We also duplicate. So now, sorry, let me go back. So now I will say duplicate. I will say duplicate, duplicate, and duplicate. So now I can easily move this around and place them here. So I can move this down here and move this here, and also move this here, and also move this here. And now you need to rearrange this. So now we already have now a design. All we need to do now is to change the numbers. So click on the numbers, highlight the number by double clicking, and type 2. And now go back here, click on this and type 3, and also go here and click on 4. So this is as easy as this. Now you don't have to go through all of this from scratch. You now have the 4 designs as here. So what else can we do? We need to insert our website, our email, and our address. So that is again another simple step. For us to do that, we go to maybe we insert a heading, a subheading, and we what's the website? www.dreamdayuniversity.com. So now we reduce. Guys, are you okay? If not, do stop me and ask a question. So now I'll reduce this size and move this here. I'll reduce this size to 12. I will now place this here, but I will need to change the color to white. So all I need to do now is to duplicate this 2 times and move this over here for my address and this here for my email. So now I can say um, info at bnduniversity.sr. So my address, I would say Allentown, Freetown. So far, this is our design and copying, learning from a specific template and coming up with your own design. So, guys, do you have move to back and move backward? What's the difference? Um, Michael, can you please unmute your mic and ask this question again? Oh, okay. Now I understand.
Yeah,
No, I understand. Don't worry. I believe you mean when you're moving the object to the back and moving the object to the front, right?
yeah, exactly.
Okay. Let me explain this. So let's say for instance, you have insert an element here. Let's go to element. Let me set an example. Then you have insert this element here. Or maybe you want an image to be at the back of this. So let me go to elements and go to maybe frames. So then I will now insert an image. So Mr. Michael, this is it. So now I want to insert this image here, but I really want my this design to be at the front of this image. But so what I can do, I can put the image here and click on the image. Okay, let me reduce the size of the image so that you can see. So now I can click on the image. I will send the image to the back so that this other element can come in front of the element, this picture element. Let me show you how you can do this. Now I'll click on the image. I want the image to go to the back. I'll click on position, and on the position I'll say move backward. If you see when it say move backward once, it will copy one of the elements to the front. Then if I go again and say move backward again one more step, it will copy the second element. If I say move backward again two more step, it will copy the third element, which is this background element. But if I say undo, then that will bring the element to the front. So now we have this element, this picture element at the back of this other element. So if we want to move this picture element to the front, all we need to do is to click on the element and click on position again and say move to front. Then this will totally move the picture element on top of all other elements. So if I say move front, then let's take a look. Now we have the picture element at the front. So this is the difference between a backward and forward. So when you say forward, that means you need to move forward. Let's say when someone say move one step forward, that means you need to move one step forward than where you are standing currently. So this is how a forward and a backward. I think this is how best I can explain it. I don't know if you understand. If no, please let me know. Is that clear?
I understand you. What I'm saying, yeah, what I'm saying, when you explain, seeing move to back and I'm seeing move backward. So I don't know if they are the same, move to back or move backward. I'm
Okay.
not seeing move to front and move forward.
Yeah, move to front is here, depending on where the element is selected or standing. So now if you see move to back, you will see only one element. Here is double, right? So if you say move back, that means it will only select one element and move backward of one element. But if you say move if you say move backward, let's say you are five in number, you are standing. If I say move backward, you can go behind the next person. But if I say move to back, that means I need you to move to all of the five people and go to the back of the five people. So this is the difference between move backward and move to back. So when you say move to back, you
Okay.
totally have to move to everyone and go at the last point of the back. And if you say move backward, I can step one step behind the one, just one person. So I think this is how best I can explain.
I get it. I get it. Yeah,
Okay.
I get it. Thank you. Thank you.
Okay. Okay. Mr. Samuel, do you have any questions or recommendation or feedback? So far, I think
Your
this. Okay.
presentation is good. Yeah,
Okay.
good. And I hope we should follow your directions for us to create our own.
Okay. Thank you very much.